guys, so today I am back with another TV show review. I'm going to be giving my initial thoughts and opinions on Wednesday, the TV series, the Netflix original TV series. So, let's just get into it. Um, yeah, okay. I wasn't really excited for this, I'm not gonna lie. Because I wasn't. I know some people hate when like you do that, but I was because I love Wednesday Adams. She literally helped me feel seen as a kid. And yeah, she was like a badass female character. But with all this stuff happening with like Tim Burton and all the comments that he makes where he just like doesn't really give a crap about, I don't even know. It's not necessarily like forced diversity is definitely annoying, but he sometimes goes out of his ways to make certain statements that are iffy, to say the least. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's a lot of directors that just like handle that question a lot better. I don't know. And like one of them I can think of is like Sofia Coppola, because I know she gets asked that question a lot, like about diversity in her films. So yeah, he just be going all over the place with it. He be really revealing himself. And I'm like, okay then. I was shocked when Jenny Ortega got casted because this is a man that literally said that he does not see like brown or black people in his universe. So I was shocked. Even though I don't know if she is of Latin descent, South American descent, or where she is from, or her whatever parents or grandparents are from. I don't know the story. Um, I just know I always identified her as Latina, like watching her on TV and stuff. Like I always thought she was Latina. So there you go. Now let's get into the series because I reluctantly started this series and I ended up really enjoying myself. This is going down as one of my favorite shows of the year. Fantasy TV really served this year. It did. So let's talk about the plot first, because I feel like if I don't talk about the plot first, I'm gonna just get sidetracked when I start talking about the characters and forget to talk about the plot. So in terms of the plot, it was giving. It definitely gagged me. It was definitely like a Scooby-Doo gag. They got me. I thought the Hyde was Xavier the whole time, but of course I was like, oh no, it can't be him because that's who I think it is. And then it finally, when did I realize was his name Hunter or whatever? Is that the actor's name or is that the guy's name? Tyler? Anyways. And then there was like a point when I was like, oh my god, it's Tyler. Because I don't remember, or maybe I didn't, because she just like went to go kiss him at that one scene and then she found out it was him. So like maybe I did not figure out it was him. Maybe they gagged me good. So that was giving. The CGI was giving. It was all super cool. The world building was amazing as well. I need these fantasy shows to take notes because how do you guys have source material and you guys are like adapting things that already exist and you're still failing at world building? And then like, you know, Tim Burton's just like making this as he goes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's any source material for Wednesday Addams. Like not a lot at least. So it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing for the rest of the shows out there that don't have good world building. So yeah, because I was not expecting it to go that deep into the characters and the lore. Like I wasn't expecting it to be like that supernatural with everybody from the school having their own powers. It was really cool when they said sirens. I was like, get up, like get up. This is for me. Yeah, this is definitely like a cute little show, a little fantasy series. It really is. And yeah, I think they juggled all of the mystical creatures very well because I know people have like critique for certain shows. Like people say like in the Vampire Diaries, the werewolves suck, which I'm like, okay. But in this one, it's actually giving. We don't know that much about vampires or anything yet, but we know about the sirens a little bit. Like, I just want to know so much about every character. So, this is the kind of show where it can have like 16 episodes a season. Just do it. Who's stopping you? But that being said, with the little episodes they had, they have like under 10 episodes. A lot happened because at some point I was like, whew. But it never gets to a point where it feels like it's too much to follow, which is why I said they did a very good job with the plot, like overall, and the pacing of the plot. So, and just like making sure all the characters' storylines intertwine in a way that's not too obnoxious. Like, yes, actually, no, I wasn't really that annoyed when like characters would pop up in places, but that is what I think about the plot. I thought it was great. I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was just gonna be something fun and cute for the girls, and next thing you know, it was a mystery. I was like, okay. So, the characters. Let's get into the characters. No. This is not funny anymore. Let me see. Okay. I'm literally screaming. This is not everybody. I need to see everybody and their mothers. Right. Jenny Ortega as Wednesday. First of all, everybody ate in terms of acting. To me, everybody ate. I don't know. I feel like they got the assignment. They understood the assignment. There. This role was really made for her. I mean, I say I'm shocked that Tim Burton chose her, but at the same time, I'm like, no. He literally said that he takes back everything he said about people not belonging in his world. He put her in it, and she ate, and she was the only choice. He had no other choice. So thank you, Jenny Ortega. She's next. She's the next up and coming big star actress. All that. I watched. Dang it. What's that movie with her? It was on HBO and Maddie from Dance Moms. The Fallout or something like that. I don't know, but it was good. It was good. Her performance in there was really good. She gave a lot of range this year in terms of her releases. So, and she's still only 18. Like, that's crazy. So I'm just gonna be keeping an eye out for her. I hope she continues this series. I know she gets to do her own stunts and stuff like that. So this is really cool, I think, and I think she likes to do it. I do know that people said she didn't want to have like love interest for Wednesday, and I'm gonna get into that later. But I think that's pretty cool. But overall, I personally enjoyed her having love interest. So, Christina Ricci as that teacher got me, gagged me. I knew something was off about her when she brought her the flower or whatever. And she brought her like the all black, like the Black Dahlia or whatever. And I was like, and then she was dressed like, the art teacher at your local public school. I was like, she's off. Because, okay. But then when you see at the end, she really was off. And I love that twist at the end. Because Christina Ricci did play Wednesday Addams. So I was like, she can't just be like a boring teacher that's all friendly. Like, I need her to have some edge. And they gave me that edge. I loved her role. I can't remember if she died or not. I don't know. But it'd be funny to see her like come back way later in a season or something. Who knows? Yeah, she did a great job. Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia. I'm not gonna lie, I was reluctant about her casting as well because I don't really think she like portrays herself as Latina, but I think people make the assumption that Catherine Zeta-Jones is Latina, so she ends up in like these roles that are Latina coded. But I guess in this show we got clarification that Wednesday's supposed to be mixed. I don't want to think too much about it, honestly. Like I don't. But yes, I was reluctant at first. I was like, there she goes snatching up Latina roles again. But she did a really good job, and she was serving. Yeah, she was eating. She was serving. She was always gonna serve face. Louis Guzman as Gomez was a serve. It really was. And I already knew when the pictures came out that he was gonna serve. And a lot of people were like, ew, when the pictures came out. And I was like, literally, this is amazing. And I really liked him. And I loved how the parents were different and how they each had their own different relationships with Wednesday. But at the same time, like, I don't know, like, it was very interesting because they would be like, oh, like, darling, blah, blah, blah. But then, like, the parents were low key sinister too. But you kind of see in the series that, like, Wednesday really is, like, the darkest one in her whole family. And I'm like, she has no chill. Because how are you the darkest one in the Addams family? She needs help. Except she doesn't. She's perfect the way she is. Okay. Gwendolyn Christie as Larissa. A Serb. She died. That was really sad. She died, right? Hopefully she can come back to life or something. Like, I don't know, it's a fantasy series. We can make it happen. Because she was giving a little bit too much. I need Gwendolyn Christie in everything. It's not funny. Isaac as Pugsley was so good. I love the scene where him and Wednesday are like sitting by the dock and they're throwing bombs in the water. And I love the scene where he's like eating potpourri in the therapist's office. It was so funny. And I was just like, he is so much like Pugsley. And yeah, something weird about this series because the Addams family, I feel like they are like a bunch of characters that work very well with little known about them to some extent. And when we get this like deeper look into them as a family, there would be no other choice but to humanize them on some level, because if we just had them be like really dreary and morbid the entire time, that wouldn't be interesting. I don't really think they were ever meant to be just like mean, nasty, spirited characters. I think they were just supposed to be like these kind of quirky goth, like the quirky goth family that lives down the street in the haunted mansion. So I really enjoyed that the series did like took that road with them as well, because I think that's also why a lot of people were like, oh, Wednesday doesn't need a love interest, because people just associate her with like having no feelings and being like void of emotions. But I feel like she has a lot of desires and stuff, and she just expresses herself differently, and she ultimately chooses herself. And like, she really does choose herself, because you can see that in the series she struggles a lot, and like she gets held back a lot because she is always thinking like for herself and by herself. And even though she makes mistakes, eventually she gets to where she needs to get to. You know what I mean? And she does it like really quickly, and she like rebounds from all of her mistakes quickly. So I don't think she's like an emotionless character, and I don't think she's a character that's like, I just don't think she's necessarily interested in a relationship or thinks about it the way that the average teenager thinks about it. Like, literally somebody has to be in her face 24/7 for her to be like, oh, like maybe you're cool, I don't know. So yeah, but then I liked as soon as what's his face, Tyler, she found out he was a monster, she was like, oh no, baby. No, she was not even playing, okay? That's my sister, for real. Next, Enid. I love Enid. She was so good, and I thought I wasn't gonna like her, or like I was just gonna be like indifferent to her because she's gonna be this super happy character, but like she ended up being really edgy, and yeah, I like her a lot, and she just like talks a lot, and she reminds me of myself sometimes. Like, she was very refreshing, and I love seeing her like juxtaposition to Wednesday, even though they were kind of really similar in a sense. And I think that their relationship, the evolution of their relationship, also like mirrors the evolution of her relationship with the school, because the viewership and how we see Enid as viewers, because at first we kind of just think like, oh, she's really like preppy and bright and happy and all these things. But, like, as you go on and on, you see that like every student that's there is kind of dark on some level, similar to Wednesday. So I think that was pretty cool, and that's how like Enid turns out to be. Like, you think she's gonna be something, but she's completely not that thing, and she's really cool and awesome. And yes, I do ship Wednesday and Enid together. I do like the relationships. I'm not a person that's like so turned off by love triangles like everybody else is. Like, I really don't care about a love triangle. I was reading books like dystopian novels when Hunger Games was a thing, Vampire Diaries. Like, I was raised on them, but I can see how people hate them because of that. And people always kind of did hate them then. But I always liked the love triangle because I'm like, I don't want a character to be with one person. Like, I need to see something else. I don't know. That's just me. I love a little mess. I love it. So, yes, Enid is awesome. I just love their relationship. It is so adorable. I'm just cracking up thinking about all the moments. The moment at the end when Enid turns, finally, wolfs out, and saves Wednesday, peak cinema. Like, are you kidding me? I literally shed a tear. It was not funny. That was something serious to me. So, yeah, love Enid. Like, I don't know what else to say. Enid's awesome. And she helps Wednesday throughout the series, and she also helps her grow, obviously. So, I like that. And I'm pretty sure Enid's the only person that Wednesday, like, actually likes or tolerates outside of her family. It's true. It's true. So, Lurch, I don't have anything to say about him. Ajax, cute, cute gowns, cute girl, nice gowns. I don't really see him with Enid. I don't get it. Maybe it's not for me to get. I do like his powers. I think they're really cool. When he literally stoned himself, that was embarrassing. But other than that, I don't really have much to say about him. He was standing, but I feel like there was like so much miscommunication between him and Enid, and it really made me mad. And I was just like, okay, stay away from her. So that's how I feel about him. I don't even know who that lady is. I really don't. Tyler kind of got on my nerves a little bit, but ended up being a decent love interest until he was evil, but he's not, I guess. He was being controlled, but when he did that little Legally Blonde movie thing, that was cute, and that was literally the only time that I was okay with him being around Wednesday and on my screen. And if he was helping her, he was literally freaking out. Like, he was so funny because him and Xavier are like such opposites in the like the way that they try to make Wednesday like them, because he was just straight up like, you know what? What is going on? He was like, are you serious? Like, we need to, I like you, basically. Like, Xavier wants to say that so badly, but he just won't. I don't know why, because I feel like what we've seen of him as a character, which is very little, to be honest, because he's just like a sappy boy. That's all he ever does. But I feel like he would definitely be somebody that would be like, oh, hey, like, he's supposed to be like the popular kid or whatever. Enid seems to really like him as well. Whenever Wednesday brings him up or says she's going to the dance with him, Enid's like super happy. But once with Tyler, she's like, can you trust him? So I thought that was really funny. Also, Uncle Fester was saying that her and Xavier had tension, and if she's not with Enid, which I do see more of like a friendship with her and Enid than like a relationship, just like the way it's going. Like, I just don't see them going together. Like, it's Tim Burton, y'all. But anyways, we can dream, right? We can still dream. If we had to pick between, I'm pretty sure they'll give her other people, maybe, who knows. It seems like they're setting up Xavier as some kind of endgame, though. And it kind of makes sense. Like, y'all can hate all you want, but her and Xavier, like, I don't know, they're kind of cute. Because they're both just really stubborn and really, really sad and just morbid. Like, he's such a sappy kid, and it makes so much sense that him and Wednesday kind of have, like, this will they, won't they tension. Like, do they hate each other, but they don't? Then he, like, gives her a phone in the end. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. So we'll see what happens with them. I think they're being set up for more. Yeah, I also want to see more about Tyler's character in the next seasons, even if he's not with Wednesday, but just seeing like the aftermath of that would be amazing. And his character, the Hyde, was really interesting. How did he become the Hyde? I don't know. So, Uncle, what was it? Was he not Uncle Lester? It says Gordon Craven. Okay, maybe I'm tripping. He's from Portlandia, And I really liked that he was kind of like goofy. Once again, I love this like humanizing the Adams and just making them kind of like really weird, other than kind of like you people think that maybe they're mean or something like that, or like nasty like vampires, but like they're just really quirky and kooky. So I really enjoyed him. Once again, he's team Xavier and Wednesday, so yeah. Bianca, a slave if there ever was one. Mm-hmm. Queen bee, the it girl. We need to bring her some other love interest because Xavier, them doing that whole thing in the beginning of the season, annoying, unnecessary. When he asked her to siren song him, I was actually mad. Like, I was like, he's so disrespectful at this point. That was nasty work. But, anyways, she helped Wednesday kill the villain in the end. Period. We love Bianca. And Bianca and Wednesday can be together too. Enemies to lovers, enemies to lovers. Because when they were fencing, the tension. That psychiatrist, yeah, RIP, RIP. She was a little unethical at times. I mean, I get it because them Nevermore students are wild, but like, sister, don't you have a code of ethics or something? Like, she was really not giving any F's, okay? Like, Morticia had to set her straight in the on that chair, on that couch. She was like, this is a family matter, okay? She was getting a little nasty sometimes. And Wednesday had to set her straight a couple of times too. Alright. Tyler's dad was a nuisance. He was so annoying. I'm just like, he was trying to frame Wednesday's dad in the beginning, and then he just didn't like Wednesday, and it's like, just give up. Give up already. You don't even know your son has died. Father of the year. Could you not, like, can you not detect the sarcasm in my voice? He made me mad, guys. He made me mad. Oh, I loved Thing. Yeah. No, in my top 6 characters, I'm gonna give you guys my top characters in a couple of minutes as I finish off. Yoko, yeah, apparently she was that girl, because Enid wanted to move in with her, but then she said she couldn't do it. Eugene, real character. Like, that's called a real character. That's how you make a character. Another friend to Wednesday. It's true. They're friends. Top characters. Number 1 character. This is hard. This is hard. There's a tie between Bianca and Wednesday. If they can give me more backstory to Bianca next season, she could possibly be my favorite character. But Wednesday, that's my girl. That's my girl. Next favorite character, Enid. Duh. Oh my gosh, that is my sister. Yes, we love Enid. Them little snoods that she made for them were so cute. And it was so funny. When they wore them in the car with Tyler, and he was like, what in the name of... He was like, what type of sapphic shit is this? Like, they came in there with those matching snoods. It was so adorable. She's my second favorite character, and she checked at Wednesday, who very few characters can successfully check Wednesday Addams. Enid is one of those characters, okay? And then after Enid, Eugene. Best characters on the show. Period. I need to see them all next season. This was a great show. This was one of my favorite shows of the year. Might be my favorite show, like. But let me know what you guys think. I personally really enjoyed Wednesday. I hope they get to filming. Jenny Ortega's a busy little girl now, so. But yes, I enjoyed myself, and yeah. let me know if you guys know anything about any news about filming or casting for next season or plot points. One thing I will say is two things, because I do want to talk about this. One, I hope that Netflix has some kind of sense of mind to release it around Halloween next year. I mean, I still understand. Do you guys want certain shows to fail? I mean, this show didn't fail. People were still talking about it regardless. But it's just like, make it make sense. Two, the shipping stuff for this show has gotten like a little bit out of hand, I think. Especially given that, I don't know. It's just getting a little bit all over the place. And I think we should remember to be like respectful, especially to the actress that plays Wednesday, because we don't know her sexual orientation, and she doesn't have to let us know of her sexual orientation, and we shouldn't make assumptions either. And I don't know, just the whole conversation surrounding the show and the actress with sexual orientation has really been getting on my nerves, and it just makes me also think of how y'all bullied the one boy from Heartstopper into saying that he was like bisexual or whatever. And so I'm just like, y'all just gotta be like, tone it down a little bit sometimes. Like, it's okay to see, aspects of yourself and characters and talk about it, but when you're just like doing a lot with it, and it's not like canon, especially, it's like, okay. But I guess it is canon because Xavier asked Wednesday about a lucky boy or girl at a diner, so like I guess it's canon that she's bisexual. But dang, the ship wars have gone crazy online, so hopefully people can reel it back in so we can start like enjoying shows together and not getting caught up in this type of mess. So crazy, right? And leaving the actors alone, like the actor that plays Tyler, I've seen that like there's a picture of him and Jenny Ortega. People were harassing him over it, and it's just like, calm down. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. And then not even just that, I was thinking about Millie Alcock from House of the Dragon, how she did a Comic-Con recently or something like that, or a fan event, and she was talking about like how her and the actress that played young Alicent were basically playing them as if they were like lovers in a sense. And then she was like made some comments saying that like queerness doesn't exist in Westeros, and like I think people just got like really upset about that comment, and it's just like, I don't know, it's starting to get scary because y'all are getting, I don't know, I don't think she said anything necessarily wrong. Also, she's still really young. She's like, I know she's an adult, but she's like 18. And I also think that what she said was like misconstrued as well. So yeah, you should remember like these people are people, and let's not be creepy about putting our own stuff on the characters and people. And that's basically all I wanted to close the video out with. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, and I suppose like I also understand why people do act the way they act because of how the LGBTQ media has been handled as of recent, especially from Netflix and particularly. So I get it, like I really do get it. Trust me. But yeah, try not to be too obnoxious, I suppose. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.